Trump dance.
All right, guys. Well, hey, this is a Chance's Chat. I'm Docg, producer. Got Chance McFadden, Debbie Stevens, and Fascinating Brian. Welcome to the show. This may be for entertainment purposes only, but it also may not be. Welcome, Chance.
Howdy. I am the Red Hood.
Well, let me get mine on.
Yeah, Doc, you better get your Darth Maul thing going on there. Look at that.
There you go.
Look at this. It's hat and hoodie night, guys. So feel free to put your hat on or your jacket or whatever. And if you're watching us, I have my cape underneath my red hood. Yes, I really do. And listen, Tara, I know everybody says you ought to have a Superman suit. I got a full-blown Superman suit with the best cape in the world, okay? I have a full-blown Superman suit, and this summer we'll do a show, and I'll wear it outside. We'll go outside with the camera and everything, and I will wear it. And I actually look pretty good. That holds my gut in, and I look pretty good, for an old guy in a Superman suit. Lita, hi Lita. Good evening, Gene and friends. Lita is new name to me. Is that somebody that follows you, Gene?
I have no idea.
Well, hello, Lita, and welcome. We're glad to see you here.
Everybody's welcome. Yeah, I have no idea.
We love you all. We really do. And listen, this is a truther show, or it's not. And there's Roy to Beat a Man, and he's here because he knows Gene the Man, and we're always glad to see everybody come on. This is a geopolitical, recreational vehicle type show, but we talk about everything and we don't care. And Debbie's got her My Favorite Martian antennas on tonight. She's from that continent, that continent of Mars, on the other side of the ice wall. We're gonna have some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. We got a bunch of things. I had a couple of videos I wanted to have Gene play, but they won't play because they were TikTok. So it's all right. We can live through it. We can make this show work. We invited Brother Kent Dunn, and he hasn't showed up yet. And if he doesn't, just remember, it is just as much his show as it is mine. William Pinkert invited me to Gene's show a long time ago. I'm busy taking care of Mom. Oh, hey, love to Mom. Okay, hope she's doing well. My name's Chance McFadden. I'm a former law enforcement narcotics officer with the state of Illinois. Long before my son over there was born. And I have had a very interesting life, to say the least. I'm going to do something a little unconventional right now. And you guys aren't aware of this. I think I may have mentioned it to Gene. But I'm going to pull up a Facebook page of a band I used to play with in the Quad Cities. And why I'm doing this is because I wanted to tell everybody that the band leader of that band, his name was Dave Washburn, Hollywood Dave, we called him. He was a hell of a saxophone player. And I'm trying to pull up, let's see. I'm trying to pull up either a good video or a good picture. But we had a lot of fun. And he died unexpectedly. And I'm looking for There should be some pictures on here, but I don't see any pictures. Videos, more photos. Here we go. Hollywood Davis from Moline, Illinois, and he was here. He is right there. That's a good picture of it. If you could see it. That's Hollywood Dave Washburn with his saxophone. Okay. He was a cool dude in more ways than one. His saxophone tone was beyond reproach. He had the tone of Clarence Clemens, if you remember that saxophone player. He could, this guy had a tone that was just to die for. And hi, Jerry. And Hollywood was an internationally famous motorcycle dirt track racer. He was number 57 P on the Harley Davidson dirt track racing team for years and years and years, and probably broke more bones than anybody that I've ever known in my life. And the last time he was, I guess about 15 years ago when he did his last race, man, he really tore himself up bad. And I went to the hospital. I kind of thought he wasn't going to make it then, but he was a tough old booger. And like his wife said, his body just wore out. So he's moved on, and he had an interesting Joe Cocker voice, a killer sax tone. Everybody loved Hollywood. He was a public person, and I will miss him. He was like a brother to me for many, many, many years. And there's nothing bad to say about him because he was just an over the top good dude. And so if you're saying some prayers tonight, I would appreciate it if you would say some prayers for the family of Hollywood Dave Washburn from Moline, Illinois. He was my friend. He was my brother. He was my bandmate. And he was one of a kind. So, folks, say a little prayer for his family tonight. Good evening, Linda. I am glad to see you here. I'm very anxious to let everybody know that I have some Little Red Riding Chance. That's it. You got it. To let you know, I got a story in today. Now, it was a secondhand story, and I haven't vetted it. But it was given to me today by Erlene, who knew a lady. And Erlene's watching. I know she is because she's just loyal like that. Love you, Erlene, and her twin sister, Shirlene. They get wonderful ladies, wonderful twins. And she said, Chance, a lady walked into Chase Bank with a 25,000 dinar note and exchanged it, or let's see, was told they could give her $60,000 for it. But they didn't have 60,000 there, and she didn't have an account there. And she would have to come back next week if she wanted to exchange it and get her funds. And she didn't do it, so I think she went to a different bank. But anyway, that's not the best rate. But I'm going to tell you what, right now, 60 grand looks pretty good to anybody on this page right now. And we're all working for a living. We're all hustling. We're all, and I know you guys are too, and I had a lady call me today, and I really do love this woman. I'm not going to mention her name, but she has a lot of problems. Her father left her and her family a lot of money, and I guess the brother is doing inappropriate things with the money and won't let her have hardly any. And I'm really wanting to work with her. post recreational vehicle after the recreational vehicle is over. Yeah, I would take it right now too, brother. I'm telling you, putting the kids through college, I get that. Anyway, um, she's a really nice lady, and I was tickled to death to talk to her today. We got disconnected a couple times, so we're having internet problems up here intermittently. But thank God, Debbie, we're having a good signal tonight. I'm looking at my signal strength, and it's really good. The weather in Iowa it's melting. We'll say it's 35-ish. It's 35-ish. The snow is melting, but it's still sloppy to get around in, and it's not my idea of a good time. So, Debbie, this is for you for being in Florida.
Now, today was the first day that we have been able to have sunshine, and it was 80 degrees down here. So it was the first time. And we've had some really nasty weather, even though for Florida. Okay, I know. But I'll tell you what, it's been miserable. The rain, the overcast, just miserable. So, people say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to Florida." I don't think so. But that's the way it is. So, other than that, yeah, we're hanging in there. And of course, I've got my dear little Cayenne right here. I asked her if we were going to do the show tonight, and she said yes. She's right here, like she always is.
Yeah, just like she does the commercials here on Hamilton Radio.
That's right, Velcro. We call her Velcro. What can I say? So anyway, hopefully we're going to have some good days. And I know it is warming up. So thank goodness that it's raining in Iowa, along with, hey, all those tractors, everything else down there in Texas. Hey.
Yeah.
Like Germany and France.
How proud are we? How
Mm-hmm.
proud are we of Texas?
Really?
I mean,
Iowa, Missouri joined today. So New Jersey, hello, New Jersey.
Oh, Iowa finally joined?
Yep.
Good.
Yep, I checked before we came on. Iowa joined and Missouri. So, yeah, there's a few more. They got 26 more to go.
I have a direct contact at the border. Okay.
Okay.
A direct contact. Yeah. Anytime I call him, he tells me exactly what is going on.
Yeah.
I don't call him too much because he's hard to get through to, but he's a great guy. He used to play in a band with me, and I won't mention his name because I don't want him, outed or anything. Everything is really looking good right now. Fascinating, Brian. You have got a bunch of things to address tonight. What are you going to bring to the table to us tonight?
Well, I was going to address the collective energies of how the collective is feeling from a world scale, and it's a lot. So basically, people are really disheartened. They're tired. They're very fed up. Your system's broke. Obviously, everyone knows the system is broke. It's actually more so broken in a lot of the other countries, whether you are hearing about it or not. Some of them are actually not as nice as what we have going on. And because of that, the people in the U.S. are more docile, meaning they're not going to fight the system. They're not going to stand up for an example. They're just going to say, you know what? I'm just going to stop paying my credit cards. I'm just going to stop paying my mortgage. I'm, this take, F all of you. No one's doing it.
There's a lot of that going on.
But not enough for them to force the switch or force the
Right.
change. So that's a problem. And because even though there is a lot, many are still not asking that question why. If there is so much, then wouldn't the illusion just disappear? And then you're like, oh, of course not. Because they're maintaining the illusion, because they're maintaining the script, because the human is conditioned to always bring outwardly their attention. So once again, the humans are giving away their energy. You're giving away your hope. You're just waiting. You're waiting with bating breath instead of. And you know what's funny? Because actually, I was talking, or kind of more of collectively sharing a more unified mind with the angelics. And I still hear the TV chants.
Okay.
And basically, they could do more. The angelics could do more. But they're not hearing your prayers because your prayers are not of sincerity. They don't reflect the warrior in you. You're asking for things, or you're wording them where it's like all about, oh, please just let it happen as soon as possible. So you are formulating a prayer that's very broad. It's not concise. And you're not demanding a more empowered version of where you're saying, I don't consent to any more. I don't consent to any of this BSness. It's going to happen now. You notice what I said, right? It's going to happen now. There is no wait time for it to happen. It's happening now. So your prayers are falling on deaf ears. They're not being heard by the beings that you wish to have them receive. On the side note, they also wanted me to give you a good tip. I know everyone we know that prayers have the power to help individuals, but I'm going to give you a better tip to go about it in a better way that empowers the individual that's suffering. Everyone has a higher self. You should be sending that prayer saying, my prayer that I wish to send is to the greater version of them, to empower them to want to heal themselves however they see fit. That prayer will anchor in, and it will get in touch with the guides, the proper guides, to assist, because we can't do anything by ourselves. The human isn't really conditioned to really know or understand that, because you're so used to just giving everything away. It's like that principle, where you'll have nothing and you'll be happy. I'm just going to keep giving. I'm going to give unconditionally. No, you do not give unconditionally. You give to the worthy. Those that have the mind's eye, the will to see things differently, to advance in their experiences. If you give to those that are capped at their experiences, where they are unwilling to compromise in their growth, they're stuck where they are, you can't help them because they are in charge of them. So I encourage you to be more selective in how you wish to proceed in giving your energy. And that goes with all the mainstream media. That goes with Trump, blah, 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 this and that, whoever. They don't need it. No one needs the energy. You need the energy. In fact, you should be using all that energy and saying no more. So I wanted to give you an idea of really how powerful everything is. So there's actually quite a few things on this planet, a lot. You'd be surprised that is original from here and nowhere else in this universe. There are a couple of instruments. I'm not going to say which instruments. There are a couple of food products, fermented things that are created here that are unique, nowhere else in creation in this universe. That's pretty powerful. And that makes you wonder where these beings came from. And I was like, well, that's actually quite simple. It's those beings don't have that idea of there's only one road. In fact, it's like very much like Neo. There is no road. I go wherever I want. And I've seen, I've taken, I've said, you know what, my next life, I'm going to be the greatest pianist in the world. Or I'll invent the piano, which happens to be one of those instruments unique to this realm and in this universe. So I'll just give you that one as a freebie. But there's so much. And again, it's all about who's in charge of that creative potential, because everyone is. And I wanted to also touch base that, so you do not have a soul, you are soul, right? You don't have a consciousness, you are consciousness. You don't have a spirit, you are spirit. So you're all these things. You are not just the formulation of an idea. You are the idea in itself. And I would encourage people to carefully reevaluate word structure to better ascertain and create faster. It's faster when you embody the idea versus create the idea from scratch.
I think you hit on something right there, Brian, embodying the idea. Because if you embody it and make it part of your everyday existence and in your every night existence, you're going to make things happen in your life. And you're going to make things happen in other people's lives.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely right. And that's why I'm telling you, just in your war cry, and I do mean war cry, a different prayer, not anything subtle. You just say, I don't consent. Say, I have this is happening now. The idea of whatever it is that they have, their version, Nasera Jacera, and I think I understand why they're going about this, because you already know it's two sides of the same coin of the cable guys, right? They're two sides, okay? Lesser evil versus evil. Lesser evil got hijacked, great. They still have problems. And because of that, even within their structure, they're getting exhausted and they're getting fed up. And I'm talking about the good people that are supporting this endeavor. We're talking about the ones that are fighting tooth and nail for the people that are struggling versus the ones that are not struggling, even within that pyramid structure of their version and their reality. You have to have a higher existential realm or output of what that idea means to you from a higher concept, not from the human concept. As a humanitarian, as someone that represents the whole, you, me, the planet, nature, everything. So you have to take charge now and not wait for it any longer, because you're just giving yourself false hopium. So I encourage you, they encourage you to do differently, many, 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 many beings are paying attention. Many of you will probably not make it because you're still too hung up on everything external. And these beings are turning the channel because they see you're capped at your experience and you're not doing anything else except for sitting there. And I'll stop right there for now.
All right. Well, listen, I will tell you right now, you have the power. You have the power in you. Brian's right. I mean, he said some very astute words, and you should be, if you didn't get it the first time, go back and play the replay, okay? And listen to him, because I'm telling you, he touched on a lot of bases, and I didn't want to interrupt him because he was on a roll. But, man, I mean, there's so much truth in what he just said, okay, guys? Now, let's talk about energy. I'm going to talk to you about energy. They're getting ready to spring this new X virus on us, okay? You know about this, right? And that means masks and, you need this jabba-dabba-doo and you need this. Well, I'm going to tell you what, you do have one weapon besides your I do not consent, and that is this cool little card that I created, exempt from vaccines, mandates, and what else did I write? Masks. From the Republic of the United States. On the backside, it's got the flag, we the people, exempt from vaccines, mandates, and masks. Do not detain. It's signed by me, Chance McFadden, and my real name, which is Brian P. McFadden. And I am a state national, and I am a constitutional lawyer. So, there's my family seal to signify it. The official document number is OU812, which makes this thing a joke. But people in authority are reading this thing. I'm getting all kinds of fantastic feedback. I got stopped because I wasn't wearing a mask. He says, I pulled this out and showed it to him. And they go, oh, excuse me. And he put his red thumb. He put red ink and put it on his thumb. Put his thumbprint in there. In that little box right there. And he says they thought I had something official and they didn't stop me. I mean, this is so. I mean, I must have a cabal mind somewhere in my body because I mean, this is about as cabal as you could get, but it's not.
You're fooling them at their own game. You're bluffing them.
Yeah, right. I'm playing their own game. So you get 2 of those for $20, and they're Cash App or Zelle. To 319-561-0064, and I will send them out, and they'll be hand delivered by the mailman. But I want to talk to you about something else. When I work out in the shop, I own FortMadisonGuitars.com, and as most of you know, the shop is doing very, very poorly because all music stores are going very, very poorly because after the COVID money was over, then the music stores, there's no live music to speak of. And the ones that are out there working are working for nothing, literally, or tips. And so the music business is kind of in the toilet for now. But luckily, God sent me on this journey, and you people have been very kind, generous, and loving to me, my family, my dog Megan, who is doing wonderfully. She is recovering wonderfully. It's still going to be a long road, but she's doing very, very good. I had a request for an update on Megan. And maybe next week, I will try to bring her out and show you. She looks a little strange because she's only got one ear, but she's healing up nice. Her hair is growing back where they had to shave her for surgery and everything. And I got to start doing physical therapy on her tomorrow. So it's all good. I mean, it was a terrible situation, but, I really appreciate it. You guys have helped me so much on that bill. It was over $1,500, and we've gotten over $750 in donations, and I thank you very much for that because I couldn't have done it without you. But when I'm working out in the shop, okay, when I'm working at Fort Madison Guitars, I wonder how much work I actually do on guitars because There's two things I'm doing. I'm making phone calls, and I got something playing in the background, and it's this radio station called HamiltonRadio.net, which I was very amazed at when I started listening to it. I knew Gene before I had the show, and we talked a few times. But when I got serious about this, I started listening to the station. And I want to tell you something. You guys don't have a clue. This is the #1 internet radio station on the planet, on the potato, on the spaceship, under the firmament. This is the #1 radio station. More people on this potato listen to HamiltonRadio.net than any other station. Why? Because it's so diverse. I mean, you can listen to Willie Nelson 1 minute and Perry Como the next. I mean, he just is. I'm not kidding. I mean, Head East and Metallica the next. I mean, he mix. You want to talk about a mix? There's a mix at HamiltonRadio.net, and once you start listening to it, you won't want to stop because it's always, wow, that was a great tune. I hadn't heard that in years. And what is he going to play next? Okay. So if you're so interested in being on the #1 internet radio station on the planet that's won all kinds of awards, and you have a product and you want to sell, contact me, Chance McFadden, at 319-561-0064, or email me at chancemusic@yahoo.com, or get a hold of Docg at HamiltonRadio.net. Go there and put in a request to talk to somebody. Have Docg call you or have me call you, because I'm telling you what, this is the #1 radio, and what we are setting up for advertising rates. I'm going to tell you this right now. We got the numbers. Okay. If you want the numbers, you need to come here. Okay. That's it. Okay. So you want the best bang for your advertising buck, and you're going to get your name out there. Then I'm going to tell you what, this is it. Okay. Now, if something happens that, and I'm going to be truthful here, but play the devil's advocate. You know, we have tried some products that just haven't taken off. But then again, you look at the price of those products, and it scares everybody. Okay. And we're not going to lie. I'm going to play the devil's advocate. I'm going to tell you both sides of the story. But I'm going to tell you what, when Miss Jackie from Immusist Advanced, and I called her and I introduced myself on the answering machine and had my little whiny Chance voice, telling her all about the station and about the show and everything, she was jumping for joy. She signed on right away. I think we've done some nice jobs on making commercials for her. And she is a really nice lady. Debbie Stevens, our investigative reporter right here in Des Moines, Iowa. She advertises APL Go products with HamiltonRadio.net. And one of the sponsors of this show is RawOrigins.pet. And it's a tube of raw meat with vegetables. And I've got one in the refrigerator, but I'm not going to drag it out. And anyway, Raw Origins doesn't have anything bad in it. It's all good. It's all raw meat. Dogs and cats love it. It's a dog food mix, but the cats seem to go eat over it too. It's if you want to give your dogs the very best, and you are in a position to do that, then I would suggest get a hold of RawOrigins.pet, because this stuff these animals, I mean, they're dying for good nutrition. And if you've been paying any attention to the blogs, you're going to find out there's a bunch of dog foods out there that are poisoning your dogs. Okay. So if you want the best for your dogs, use what Debbie uses and what I use. That's RawOrigins.pet. Go on the website and order. And when you order it, send them an email and say, hey, Chance and Debbie sent me over. you know, and let them know that we're working for them. Okay. Anyway, that's I think that's just about going to cover all the commercial advertisements except for the one that got me up out of the bed from sciatica, and that is APL Go. And the reason we went after APL Go to be an advertiser is this stuff works. And Debbie Stevens is your APL Go representative, and they have a plethora of products that I used a big word, Brian. Did you smile? Did I see you smile when I used a big word?
I'm surprised you didn't pass out from it. No.
Yeah. Too much oxygen out of my brain. I'm sorry. But they have a plethora of products that are all incredible products, and it uses, what technology do they use, Debbie?
Tesla.
Yep,
Tesla
Nikola
technology.
Tesla technology of negatively charging.
Yep.
And because when you negatively charge the ions, they attach to the positive charge of your cells. Remember,
Yep.
positive and negative attract.
Yep.
Okay, and that's it. Hey, good to see you. So Debbie's going to tell you about the special product for tonight, and it's something that we really all need. So go ahead and tell them, Debbie, because
It's about when you get run down and energy. It's called GTS. So if you get run down during the day and you feel as if you need to take and have a little boost, this will help you. It will, you don't go up and down. It evens you out, and you just continue through the day, and you don't have that, oh, I need to sit down for a few minutes, take a nap. Well, if you need to keep going, you pop one of these in your mouth and keep on going. So it just keeps you balanced, and you've got your energy. So, and I think it tastes like pineapple. So that's what it is. It is energy without the jitters, pre-workout, and pineapple. So you've got your green tea, your ginseng, I can't read it here, gooseberry, pineapple, and a few other items in it. So like I say, it's a good product. I use it. In fact, I got to tell you, there's a new product coming out, but I cannot talk about it right now, but it is going to take and be something that really is everybody's going to like. So that's one more surprise. I don't know too much about it yet. They're keeping it under the hat. But like we were talking about energies, people need to keep their energy up. There's too many other things. You don't need to keep low. You have to stay even. You have to do something. Don't sit in the chair and don't do anything. Do something about it. Like Brian said, they're looking at us like, what are you idiots doing? You're just sitting there. It's like finally they got the motivation, and they got the tractors down there in Texas. Thank goodness for that. Look what Germany and France is doing. Bales of hay. I'm surprised they haven't done that yet down there in Texas. But
well,
the truckers, the hold on, the truckers are now going to Arizona. They're now going to California. This thing's going to get big. But there's something else going on that nobody's talking about it. All the military is sitting over there in Africa. Okay, why are they sitting over there in Africa? Brian, I think you probably know this. Because the person that is the head, the queen, they call the queen of the dark AI, is over there. So that's what's going on there. And a lot of people don't know about that. So there's a lot going on, and people need to take and keep their vibration up. They've got to. Don't say, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do this today. No, you have to, or we're not going to be going anywhere. You're going to be sitting here, and the rest of us are going, See ya.
And if you don't have anything to do, you can come over to my house and do dishes.
I do enough of them, Chance. I'm sorry. You'll have to get somebody else.
Well, I'm at the audience. I mean, they're
Oh,
welcome.
okay.
Come on over and do.
Yeah.
Somebody. This thing, it's like stand in line. We could have 5 people stand in lines. You get your turn to do the pots and pans in just a minute. Okay.
Hey,
So Brian,
Chance.
go ahead.
Oh, hold on.
Go
Hey,
ahead,
Chance,
Doc.
can we talk a little bit about the website design? Because I really want to talk about this. I want people to understand
Absolutely. It
how
should have been up.
how important this really is, not only for us, but we're in control. We're finally in control of something, people, that we can pass on the savings to you. Um, Chance, Debbie, and I are working together to build these websites for you. And very quickly, with a quick turnaround of maybe a week to 10 days or even earlier than that, you get SSL, which is secured as security lock, which means that Google will not ban your website like some of them I've seen that are banned, or it doesn't have a Wix name that you can't remember. You get your own domain name, you put your domain in, and we set it up, and it's done. You do whatever you want with it after that. But the thing is, we're waiving for the first 10 we get, we're waiving the setup fee, which is $1,000 right now. After these 10 are done, it's going to go up to 500. Okay, because we have a lot of friends, and a lot of friends are like, "Oh my God, do me a website. You got to do a website for me." They trust us. They like our credibility. And if you have a business, now's the time to get on, because you can get it pretty much for $50 a month. And that's it. You don't have to pay for anything else. If you want other add-ons, there's other add-ons. We can talk about that, but we can consult on that. Any business pretty much can be on here. You just have to tell me what you want, and we'll build it for you. We have unique ways of looking for things and putting things in there to actually build the site and not have your cousin or your uncle that's going to build it the next year or nothing like that. This is built quickly and done quickly. And you will be able to turn around maybe thousands of dollars you have sitting there as a business you don't even have going on. And you don't even know it because people can't contact you. There's no email. There's no phone number. There's no contact information. So please do yourself a favor. Contact me at that email there, gdpent1@yahoo.com, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about what you're looking for. And the consultation is free. You don't have to pay for that, okay? It's about, if you really want a website and you're interested in it, now's the time to get in right now before we go up to $500. And then I can't tell you we're going to go up after that, Chance, because it's going to get really quick, and it's going to get, we're going to go fast here. It's going to go up to $1,000 again.
Right. Well, if you've got everything ready to go for a website and you just need somebody to do it, this is the time to do it. Because I've been looking for a long time. The reason my site should have been up by now. It's my fault because I've had a lot of distractions and everything. But I promise you, Gene, we're gonna finish up tomorrow. I've got a lot of pictures and a lot of information. And Debbie, are you on a non-disclosure agreement?
No.
Okay.
Neither am I right now.
Neither am I.
Nope.
But guys, this is important.
Oh, yes, I was. I'm not on an NDA. No, I'm not on an NDA, but somebody put a thing up on the screen. Was I able to confirm that the Denver airport murals have been removed? Tara, that is a big 10-4 yes.
Yeah.
The Denver
all over.
And I also heard from because they got some gargoyles there. They're trying to figure out whether they're going to get rid of the gargoyles or not. And I don't know spiritually where gargoyles stand in the whole realm of everything, but they're talking about getting rid of the gargoyles and any bad messages that could be considered.
Bye, horsey.
Yeah, typically gargoyles can be known as guardians or protectors too, but it depends on how the gargoyle looks. Like it like there's that's kind of like tricky because they're both like good and bad, like entity, like gargoyle, like ideas, where some are for more of gathering like, and protecting like demonic energy, like keeping it sealed within the confines of the space. And then there are others which depict more of like just more of generally protecting the space from an external set. So that's really up to them.
I've heard that too, Brian, but I didn't want to say anything because I have a tendency to run my mouth about stuff I don't know about, and then I find out I didn't. So I thought I'm just going to keep quiet, let Brian handle that because he knows more about it.
Well, I hope they got rid of the horse. They need to take and just that horse needs to go. I've seen that horse.
They're talking about that stuff. I will tell you that I got that from my sister's source. So there you go. And I agree. Now,
all that needs to go.
Guys, for the last time, I'm just going to mention this website thing is going to take off like crazy. And the fact of the matter is, if Gene and I have time to work on it on the next 2 days, my new site, chancemcfadden.com, will be up. Ben Fulford said EBS is possible on Saturday. Oh my gosh, Bernadette, you are right on top of it. That's what I heard too. I heard Saturday or Sunday. Go to benfulford.net. He wrote a very interesting piece. If you believe Ben, yeah, I do believe Ben. He's if you go back and read some of the stuff he did from a couple of years ago, and then watch his predictions, he's pretty much dead on. Some of his stuff is creatively written because he does have a staff of people that help him compose and put these stories together. But yeah, Ben Fulford's he's the real deal. I think Kent Dunn's the real deal too, and we're anxiously looking for Kent to come back. I try to be the real deal. We had a very interesting post on the Telegram page. Could you put the link up for the Telegram page,
Sure.
Gino?
Give me a second.
This is a private Telegram page. It'll be on here. So if you want to come back and watch it and get the link, you just pause the screen and write the link down. It's complicated. That's a complicated link, and I apologize for that. That's what Telegram gave me for my private group. But I'm going to tell you what. Now, a couple weeks ago, we had Tressie Trek on here. Everybody knows who she is, right? Tressie Trek was wearing in a live that she did or something, or a picture of something was going on with Phil G's. We love Kent too. With Phil G's moderator that saw, his name's Mickey, that saw Tressie Trek wearing red shoes, and that got blown way out of proportion. And they accused her of being involved. You heard about this, didn't you, Brian? You didn't?
No,
I know.
Clownery at its finest.
Yeah. The clown, it's a horse and pony show, okay? If you are on my Telegram page, I'm not going to say anything bad about Phil G. I don't have to. On my post, I put, if you go up, when you get on my Telegram page, you go up and it'll say, I say, Phil's a stinker. I could say that. He could break wind. He could stink. Okay. But there's a link right above that has so much really bad stuff that I said, I'm just going to put it out there. You do your own research. How somebody like that can get 24 million followers is just like, wow.
It's called psyops.
So,
It's
psyops. Yeah.
Just like Wolverine. Psyops.
Yep.
Oh, and Wolverine.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying, you notice the infiltration, right? That this is really important for all of you who are following big named people. Let me say it again. Big named people. That should get those little wheels turning where you're thinking like, so does that mean they have a script? Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
All the time they have a script.
Yep.
A script writer, 600 to 750 script writers working on the internet.
Just like wrestling. We don't have no script, guys. This is all unscripted.
You're
Yeah,
following.
yeah, we just make it up as we go along, you know.
Hey.
So again, it's like, how much do you want to follow, right? Because that's all you're going to get. You're just going to get the breadcrumbs. But when I saw the Trex post about, they're just testing the Sarah Jessara, and then before the show, I was saying, you know what? It's so broad. It's so broad. You're like, okay, what system are they testing on? Are they testing on the human computer system? Because you sure as hell know that's got tons of backdoors for all sorts of shenanigans.
Oh, yeah.
Are they testing it on the quantum system, which is interstellar and near instantaneous, unhackable, which has been said over and over again? Then you're like, do they need to test anything? Or is it in parallel where they are trying to transfer data? I'm like, come on, people. They're just giving you something so you could just hang on a little bit longer, so you can continuously focus externally till you say, stop. I don't consent.
If I could see a show of hands, which I can't, I bet I'd have 10,000 people at least holding up their hands saying, yeah, I love to watch One Life to Live and All My Children and As the World Turns. And my grandma and I watched that for 30 years. Okay? Guess what? Welcome to the new soap operas, folks. It's called the internet. It's called YouTube. And this is why I intentionally do this show this way. And I've got these wonderful people here with me to make me look good and stupid, and and I guess I don't need their help on looking stupid, because I can do that pretty good on my own. Okay, but these people I have on the show, they're all dear friends of mine, and I have yet to meet any of them face to face, and this is the power of the internet. We've become a family of our own, and we're self-sustaining, and we put. Oh, you look happy. Did you eat your favorite pizza? No, not tonight, but maybe this weekend. I eat at Osto's Pizza in Fort Madison, Iowa. It's out the Lodi Mall, and I don't get paid for doing that, but I'm telling you what, it's the bomb. Okay. My mom had to watch her shows every day. Yeah, so did my grandma and my dad and me. And she'd be mad if it was preempted. Yeah, she lived vicariously through those shows. Oh, all I wanted to do is be Tad Martin.
Oh God,
that's all I wanted to be. I watched it. I thought, Tad Martin. His real name was Michael Knight, the actor. I want to look like that. I want to act like that. I want to have his money. I want to have his women. I mean. Hey, it goes through everybody's mind, so don't think it doesn't. But you know what? I was addicted. Now you guys are now addicted to the new soap operas. It's called YouTube and Rumble and TikTok and Dinar recaps and Dinar gurus and Mark Z and Militia Man. I mean, pick your poison, okay? Pick your poison, okay? The Luke and Laura wedding. Oh my God, the highest rated television show in the history of mankind.
You know what's funny? That? We met Rick Springfield in Atlantic City. We were invited backstage at the VIP pass, and I talked to Rick and I said, Rick, what did you ever want to do in your life other than be a rock star? He said, be on General Hospital with Jeannie Francis. So he wanted to be where Luke was. Guess where he ended up? On General Hospital.
Yeah. He was Dr. somebody or so and so. Yep. I don't know.
Oh Lord.
One of those who's a Medigal things, you know.
But what a sweet, but I got to tell you, what a sweet, wonderful guy he was. Very
I met
cordial.
him at a guitar
very
show in
nice.
Cleveland about 30 years ago. He was cool.
Not a rock star like, get out of my way. Hey, come here. I want to meet my fans. Very, very pleasurable. Same thing with Eddie Money before he died. I mean, we met him. He was a wonderful, wonderful person. He kept saying, to my wife, is he taking care of you? Does he take the garbage out? Does he do this? And she said, yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
we were living on the house in Lincoln Street in Burlington, Iowa, and Eddie Money was coming to Western Illinois University in their auditorium and doing a show. And I can still remember the house, and I can remember where the phone was, and the phone rang, and I said, yep. And he says, yep. I said, well, I don't have any money for tickets, bud. And he says, they'll be at the door for you and your wife. And so and Mickey, my son, he was just a kid then. And he said, who was that? I said, I said, that was Eddie Money. And he goes, yeah, right. You know Eddie Money. I said, yeah, I knew Eddie Money. I knew him at the time. And he's got a couple tickets for me. And Kathy and I went over. I was so broke, I had to use my mother-in-law's 65 Ford Galaxy. This is all beat up. And so, and he says, Eddie told me, he says, you can't find a place to park behind a tour bus. Okay. So I did. I parked behind the tour bus, and he did it in the front bumper. But I swear to God, I couldn't believe it. During the concert, guess who came out and sang on Take Me Home Tonight out of the back?
Who?
Take me tonight.
Remember who sang the backup vocals on that?
Oh, from the Spectre, Ronnie Spector.
Ronnie Spector came out of the back curtain, came out and sang that. Everybody's expecting one of the girls in the band to sing her part. Ronnie Spector came out, and I was just flipping. I was just like, holy cow. Yeah, that's Rick.
There's Rick and I.
Yeah, he looks pretty good for his age, don't he?
He sure does. He sure does. Yep.
Oh, my. No,
that's for the people that don't believe me.
Yeah. No, it's all good. Oh my gosh. We better watch out, or we're going to turn this into a music show, and I don't want to do that yet. That won't happen until after the recreational vehicle lands. The NFL is 100% rigged. Sharon. Oh, boy. They've already announced who the two teams are, and we haven't even got to the playoffs yet. Wow.
Would you say they're trying to wake everybody up? Do you think it was obvious? The Lay's potato chips blowing out, the confetti. I mean, really?
Well, here's the thing. My grandson, Nick, and Zach, they're huge football fans, and they think it's all real. And they got their own little area. They're in their 20s.
Lord.
And they all think it's real, and they go see games up there. And yeah, and I don't even know who they root for. I guess it's the Bears. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about sports because I quit watching basketball when Michael Jordan retired. So there you go. But they don't know yet. They don't know yet. They could watch my show and they'd say, "Oh, Grandpa, you're so full of," and they don't know. I mean, they just don't know. And their mother. Oh. You remember how we was talking about my son has a wife that if she was any further left, she'd fall off the side of the earth. Not kidding. Okay. And so there we go, folks. There's your entertainment for tonight. the people that don't know the NFL is rigged, but think about it. Think about all the people and all the illegal betting that they've been doing all through the years in Vegas and betting on the Super Bowl and all the money they've been charging for the advertisements and everything. And it's a fixed game, folks. Okay. Congratulations. You've been duped again and again. Is that Rick Derringer?
That is Eddie Money.
Eddie Money. That's Eddie?
When he was in Wildwood, yes. He invited us.
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. Well,
and that's, of course, my beautiful queen, Sandy, next to me.
Yes, but that doesn't look like. Well, did he dye his hair?
He was older then. This was like about a year or two before he died.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense because it doesn't even look recognizable to me.
But that's him. You can see his face.
Yeah. He used to be a cop. He used to be a cop in New York City, but most people don't know that when I played with Baby Huey and the Babysitters, he was working as a police officer in the 626 North Racine, whatever police precinct that was, because I lived at 626 North Racine in Chicago, Illinois, in a basement apartment with two other people. And he would come around and we would talk, and he was trying to, put a band together. And I told him I was working with Baby Huey, and oh, wow. He says, that's the number one band in the area. And I said, well, that's how we met. And then he went from there to New York, and then we kept in touch through his agent, I think, for a while. And then he called me up that day, and my son, he was so young. He was so young, and he says, Dad, who's that on the phone? It sounded like somebody you knew real well. I said, yeah, it was Eddie Money. He says, yeah, right, Dad. Right, Dad. And then Kathy and I went over and saw the concert. We didn't have money, so he knew it. I must have known him because we didn't have no money for tickets.
Well, we got the tickets for free too, which was I was so appreciative, and a lot of people don't know this, but his real name was Mahoney.
Right, Eddie Mahoney, sure, absolutely, yep. And but he did a thing on. What TV show was he walking in on? He walked in.
King of Queens.
King of Queens. Yep. He showed up at the door with his guitar player, and they were sitting there, and the King of Queens rushed him back out the door and let him sing a little bit and everything. I think that's the last time I saw him.
By the way, I'm working on Kevin James as an interview. I've got a friend that knows him, and I'm trying to get a hold of him. It's so hard.
Yeah, Kevin James is funny. He's funny. So what's up tonight, Sharon? I guess I better do this because everybody's going to say, why didn't you give the recreational vehicle updates? Well, guess what? Just for you guys, I am going to read off the recreational vehicle updates.
There we go.
How you like that? I've avoided it so far. Chance. I am told D1 started dispersing funds at 10:30 a.m. this morning, which was yesterday, in Reno, and will be finished within 24 hours. That's D1 to buy one. D2 will start dispersing payments in Reno at 10:30 Friday, which is tomorrow. And then later on, this came in. It said, Chance, 8:25 p.m. Eastern time. I am told all has started and all 82 platforms are being notified of their currency being asset-backed. When finished, and in parentheses he puts, I am told it will not take long. All payments will start. So that's the update. That nobody has a better update than that right now, and it's coming straight from the horse's mouth, folks. And I'm going to tell you, this is the absolute truth. I am looking I'm pretty certain I'm going to be getting a call. Nah, Civil War ain't coming. We ain't going to let it happen. And I'll tell you why in a minute, Sharon, okay? I'll tell you why it's not coming. I got a feeling any minute I'm going to get a phone call any day, and they say you're gagged. Okay, and when I say gagged, I mean nothing. So you won't be able to do nothing. I won't be able to say anything because, guys, I do think we are that close. Now, Sharon, I do want to address your comment here about civil wars coming in. It depends on your perspective, but my perspective is this. We have over 55 million deer hunters and retired veterans in this country. Every one of them's got a gun. They're expert in camouflage. They're experts in traps. They're experts in look over here. Don't look over there. These guys know what they're doing, and they all got guns. You want to
And they're
talk
no
about
nonsense people.
yeah, and you want to talk about the silent militia. Remember what Khrushchev said back in the 50s, Gene? Do you remember that?
I don't remember exactly what he said, but I think I know.
Well, he says no one dare to invade the United States because behind every blade of grass, there's an American with a gun.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Guys,
I didn't know he said it though.
They say that the United States has 120% of the guns,
Jamie's got a gun. Yeah, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Debbie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what. I don't know anybody that would dare. They might try something over here, they might try something over there, but it ain't gonna work. I'm gonna tell you what, and to protect my family, I even at 71 years old, I would take up arms and get the hell out of the way because I'm a hell of a shot. That's all I got to say. Get out of the way because I always hit what I'm shooting at. Always.
Yep.
So
we travel with them.
We're ready. All of us able-bodied, and even the ones that ain't able-bodied. Hell, if I was in a wheelchair, wheel me out to the street and give me a gun.
Well, what's really cool about it is like the places that would fail, and they tried their hardest to get us to be in urban jungles, because then it's so easy. They could take us out, kind of like Boston. Even though I'm here, and yes, you're not allowed to have guns, and it's such a small state and it's so compact, it wouldn't really be hard for them to take out the whole entire state easily. So from places like Arkansas, Missouri, and even where Chance is, that's home field advantage. It's all spread out. Rural country, holy cow, as pastures as far as you see, great for snipers. Totally great for snipers.
Yep.
And did you ever have the advantage, Brian, when you were a kid going out and doing snipe hunting?
No, I've fired different rifles, and I had to say probably my favorite weapon, even though not convenient in modern age, was firing the musket that my dad had once.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. But you see, when you were snipe hunting, you pulled tricks on your friends because there's no such thing as a snipe.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were always setting up your buddies that didn't. We're gonna go out and snipe hunting tonight. We're gonna leave our guns at home, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our knives and we're gonna take our slingshots, and that way we can sneak up on them snipes better. And we knew how to set these guys up that didn't know what we were doing, and trap them. And so even the people without guns who went snipe hunting as a kid.
Do you think that was just a Midwest thing? I mean, everybody knew about it. It's got to be a Midwest thing because we all knew about it. It was an Iowa thing. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because we're going snipe hunting.
Let's see. Is Jake Bailey training a huge militia? No. You have some of Drake's instructions from years ago. Yeah, Drake is not well.
Now Drake was the one that was with Kent and Muggsy, right? At first,
right?
Okay,
and that's all I want to say.
No, I understand.
But Sharon, don't worry. don't worry. We're not going to have civil war. We're not going to get invaded. In case I am 71. Look at me. I'm gray. I got a receding hairline. My sides of my hair don't stay down. I look better with this hood on. I'm kind of liking that now. I might just be the red hood guy, you know. Yeah, thanks, Sharon. We got some great people that come in. Hey, we got a phone number for call-ins, don't we, Gino?
I do, but I put it up all the time and nobody calls.
I know. We want you guys to call in. This is your
You
show
guys can
too,
call.
bro.
Sure, you can call in, sure.
Well, doesn't Brian have something he wants to say that his
Brian, do you want
Yeah,
to
Brian, go for it, brother. Go for it.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and so I have a special set of skills, and of course, like anything, I've devoted a lot of time, I've devoted a lot of energy, I've created self-treatments in order to liberate and cure myself of these ailments. So one of them is depression, another one is ADHD, bipolar, erectile dysfunction, chronic migraines, and migraines. And I know a lot of people have problems with that. And if you would like to solicit my services to get a detailed structure, to take charge, to put a lot of energy and hard work into fixing these problems for yourself, you can call me at my number 774-208-2377, and I can give you the tools needed. And if you want to enhance also, same thing, spiritual concepts, breaking barriers so you can have a higher and more defining experience for your journey, I'm available. And all I ask is fair payment, and I will do it through like Cash App, but that's for when you call me and we could discuss that, what you feel is fair, because I know a lot of people are struggling. They're, doing the best they can. And yeah, just for my time and services, but I'm willing to talk, and all I ask is pen to paper, and then I will assist. Yeah.
Well, I think you'll be able to help them with their inner work also and get more positive. That I think is fantastic. It goes with your name, Fantastic Brian. You can do it.
I have a feeling I'm going to need to develop a website too. So
there you go. I think
we got you covered, man. We got you covered.
Hey, there you go.
I'll talk to you about it. Definitely. So
okay, Wisconsin is definitely armed. Hunters and military, not all of us are flaming libs. Yeah, I get it. But listen, okay, do you guys remember the first or second show that I did? Or maybe it was the third one, Snipes from the movie Up. Yeah. It was the second or third show that I did here on Hamilton Radio, and we had a lady on there by the name of Annie. Annie's Campground in Wisconsin. Well, she was running from the law because she was a whistleblower. Okay.
Yep.
And she came on our show and she talked for a long time. What we might do, Gene, is we might pull that up from the archives and play that back a little bit next week. Pick out a section of that so people can hear. This woman was a whistleblower. She was blowing the whistle on the sheriffs and the police and the county officials, and for human trafficking. Okay. And do not believe for 1 second. Yes, Trump is going to be in. Do not believe for 1 second that it doesn't go on in every county, because it does. It's called the Department of Human Services. Okay. And they want your child. And whenever my daughter goes anywhere, I say, well, we're going to go to Iowa City and go shopping with the little girls. And I said, do you want me to go with you? Do you want me to keep an eye on them? No, Dad, they're fine. No, you don't understand, Jody. I love you, but we got beautiful children, and they'd love nothing more than to have them. And we all know what they do to these children. And I'm not going to have it.
Yeah, they're very desperate.
Yeah, they're real desperate now. They're very desperate now. And the floods in New York and the floods that are going on all through the country. I thought you were going for the Chansey Poo look. Oh, I don't. Yeah, as Facebook user, you'll have to contact him on the hamiltonradio.net. Just send a message to the station.
It doesn't work.
And he'll get back with you. Okay. We want you to get a website, folks, because it's the first 10 websites are free. I'm on the list, and so is Debbie. So that leaves 8 more.
And
so
Brian
Brian's on the list. So now we got 7. You got
and
7
ML, that's 4 people already. So
ML, that's right. Quick. So they're going quick, guys. And ML, he was supposed to be on the show tonight. He's a very interesting and very spiritual individual, and we were really looking forward to having him on the show tonight. And he just got some bad food, and
I need to talk
so
about
he couldn't
that
make
too.
it. But we're going to try that. And that's why I'm telling my son, I'm trying to get him not to eat those burritos and those other stuff. I mean, what you get for here in Fort Madison, Iowa, what we get at the store is pretty good stuff. Okay. And I'm a very repetitive eater, but I won't buy anything with bugs in it. I don't even like bread, loaf off. I mean, we eat so little bread, it's not even funny. And I prefer gluten-free bread, not because of the taste, but because of the gut health. So, stay away from that store-bought bread because, guys, Sharon, I am so sorry.
Got a phone call.
Oh, hot diggity dog. We haven't even got
Let me get the
we
phone.
haven't even got the phone number up yet.
Yeah, it's up there. Hey, you're on Chance's chat. Who's on the phone? Hello? Who's on the phone? Yes, we can. Go ahead.
How you guys doing?
Can you hear him, Chance? Go
He
ahead.
said, how are we doing?
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you doing?
We're doing good.
Cool. Man, I'm glad you put that number up. I've been wanting to call for a couple of weeks now. Out here out on patrol. Freddie G. This is Freddie G. In case you guys are wondering who it is. Doc.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
Brian. Deb. Chance. Appreciate all the love, man. I'm going to have to catch up with you on those trusts. I've been talking to my wife about it. We're looking to move some things around. And I appreciate everything you guys do. And, hey, keep this going. Please keep it going.
We're trying to.
Whatever you do not stop. I know we may have a little music show here in a few days, for a little while. But after that, hey, I'm like this here, man. Like Chan said, we all family. Let's come together and see if we can't make a movement, man. We may have to beat the McCoys and the Hatfields before it's over with. But, hey, we can keep it going. We got to get those cable guys out of the way as Chance called. Thank you, guys.
Hey, brother.
I'm going to go back to Facebook listening live, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you for listening, too.
We'll look forward to hearing from you again. God bless.
All right, you take care. God bless. All right, cool.
So,
yes.
Yeah, about the food situation, I would like to encourage everyone to probably, because I've noticed, even though I'm buying high-end, well, not really high-end, but usually I shop at like Whole Foods, but it's hit or miss now. So I had like some Indian food. I got like the tikka masala sauce, the 365 brand. Mm-hmm. Usually I don't get a headache from it, but I got a headache. And it's very simple. All I did is have like real onions. I added kale. I sauteed that and potato. And then I added the sauce and I let it simmer. And I had some naan with it, plain naan, because again, I tried to keep it very simple, but then I still felt sick. So as a someone who observed and experienced something I didn't like, if you are paying attention to whatever, even canned jars, whatever, make it homemade. yes, I get it. You had to buy the spices, but if you're craving something, you're just better off making it homemade. So just get the seasonings and do it from scratch, and you'll thank yourself for it later, because at least you'll know it's that one ingredient on the label and nothing else. And I'm usually very careful when I pick and make sure that it has a very short, finite list of ingredients and no wonky numbers and letters.
Well,
And
I get it, Brian. I get it. And my son, he loves cheesy bean and rice burritos. Okay.
oh boy,
Outside of the rice, I've got everything to make it here. And I would make it for him if he asked,
Another phone call, guys.
oh wow.
Another phone call.
Go ahead.
You're on Chance's chat. Who are we talking to?
Hey, Gene, it's Lisa Furrier.
Hey, Lisa. How are you tonight?
I'm doing great tonight. I'm down here in Texas, just waiting for them to keep putting the border fence up.
Hey, thank you for what you guys are doing down there. Go ahead, Chance. You can talk.
Well, hey, the Governor Abbott, he put his foot down, I'm telling you. And like I said, they say Texas has more guns than the rest of in one state than the rest of the whole country.
I believe it.
But it's a great place to be. We've just got to take care of this country. And
I love Texas, but until they get those illegals out of there, I can't come back. I love it. I was down there for over a year, and it was, man. And I had a television show down there. I had a TV show when I was down there. Yeah, it was all just stupidity, is what it was. And I took over Tony the Tiger on cable access, and I was the favorite Yankee in Austin, Texas. Okay, we did all kinds of stuff. Got on the newspaper down there, and got on the evening news on the thing, and people were getting sick and tired of the beggars holding up signs wanting donations and stuff. Then they'd hop in their Cadillacs and they'd go home. So
Austin is a sanctuary city, just like San Francisco. And
that's why I can't go back.
It's understandable. I live outside the city limits. Well, I have an Austin address, but I live north of in a suburb, and this whole.
Were you in Round Rock?
I don't believe in a civil war happening, but I do think that there is going to be some bloodshed in different areas, and people have got to wake up. It's going to take that to make people realize, oh, we're in a whole lot of trouble. So, I just wanted to call in. I like watching your show, listening to your show on live, more so than repeat. So keep doing it, and thanks for taking my call, guys.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you. Share the links to the show with the other friends, or talk about us.
I shared it with somebody earlier, but I'll put it on my page, and hopefully people from coast to coast that I know that are on my page will go out and check it out. And I love APL Go. I got some of that from Debbie 2 months ago when they had that special going on.
Great.
And understanding that it's Tesla technology, that it brings up your frequency, and is awesome. And just getting the word out there. People are scared to take a chance on new stuff these days. Then there's some of us that just are drawn to the new things. So thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, Debbie, if not for you, I wouldn't. I mean, you sold me hook, line, and sinker. I loved it. And I love it.
Happy health.
It works.
Happy health.
They just offer us another special.
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about it.
I got so many I got to get. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the specials. Yeah, I know about that. And then there's Cayenne right there. She takes it, too. So.
Yep. And ML is going to be working with the company and Debbie, and they're going to be doing some great things. So you've got to pay attention to what these people aren't just salespeople. They're active in the company, and they're wanting to improve it and make things more responsive to help more people, because it does work. The stuff does work, dear.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is we'll be able
I start
to
my day off with them.
Yeah.
So, and actually, the Relax helped take care of, supplemented my anxiety relief homeopathy tablet that I take for anxiety.
Good.
And
Good.
the Relax is really, it's really good, because my anxiety is at times gets very physical. And so, you know, it's short-lived, 15, 20 minutes, but it feels like 20 hours. So
Yeah.
the Relax is awesome.
Yeah.
And you can super boost that APL Go product if you use ImmuSyst Advanced too. Okay, it will supercharge the APL Go stuff.
Yeah, I have it. So thanks.
We appreciate it.
I listened to Kent Dunn for 4 or 5 years, so.
Well, we want to get Kent back on the air, even if he has his own show, or he's welcome to come in on this anytime. We love Kent, and he's a wealth of knowledge.
I think
and
Kent's really busy right now.
yeah, I know he is.
Very, very busy.
Yeah, I know he is.
But that's
So
okay. Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah.
He gets the message out there. He does.
Yep, he does a great job, and we appreciate him so much. He's the reason I'm here. So I want to thank you for calling in.
Sure. And I'll see if I can't get more people to listen in. And
This
and
isn't a regular Truther show. This is a different animal, you know.
Oh yeah.
You got to, guys, you got to remember too, we're on so many media outlets at the same time for this show that no other show can even do that. We're on iHeartRadio, Roku, Live 365, TuneIn Radio, Alexa and Google devices, plus Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else everybody puts us. So it's the most exposed media show everywhere.
Well, thanks for putting up Chance's information for the Telegram. Oh my gosh, that is one crazy tagline to get your page up.
You can always send me an email, and I can send you a link.
Well, I got it up. I joined it, so I'm in there. So I'll see your post.
We appreciate you, honey. We really do.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'll talk to y'all another night. Have a good one. Thank you for being there.
Oh, God bless you. God bless you.
Yes, indeed. Bless everyone.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I wanted to say just one thing. There was a certain chain that was in the two things that happened. I don't want to say the chain. It starts with a P, but they got in trouble with the their bread is poison, and they have a problem with this certain drink that they have that has more caffeine in it and sugar than they need to have. And this poor college kid isn't around anymore, and they're getting sued. So
why can't you say the name? I'm confused.
Well, I don't want to. I could say it, but I didn't want to get anybody.
You can say
Panera.
suspect
Panera.
it. Suspect it. Not.
Yeah,
We're not
suspect
blaming
it.
anything. Right.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's Panera. That's what they had said, and it was in the news. Not very good.
Wow.
Yeah, not good.
That's why I said make everything from scratch. If there's something
That's
you're
right.
craving, you're better
We
off
don't
doing
know the stuff they're putting in this stuff. Chick-fil-A's got
That's terrible.
61 ingredients.
Oh,
With the bun, it's over 100 ingredients. Popeyes has got the same type of thing. So you're eating chemical sandwiches, people. I mean, you know,
Right.
McDonald's is all bad.
oh. Well, they said that they got that fixed, and they're going to bring it out again. They're doing a whole different new take on the McDonald's, and they don't have any.
You can't polish a turd, Debbie.
That's what they said. Hey, I'm going by what they said. Would I go there? No, I wouldn't go there. No,
But it doesn't
I
mean you're
go
going to dispose of their food.
Yeah, I go to farm to table, or else I make it from scratch, and I'm very particular on what ingredients I have. So You know, we're trying no matter what. We're trying, but strawberries is one of the most chemical. Even though I love strawberries, I
Yep.
don't even eat a lot of them because they're sprayed more than anything.
And the organic ones are sprayed even more.
Yeah, it's
And
like
people don't get that. They're like, wait a minute, I understand they're organic, but yeah, but even non-GMO, they're spraying with the wastewater. So everything's
right.
got sewage water now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
People don't get it.
Oh,
I'm going to make a recommendation. Okay. Anyone that has or loves your fruits, even though they're being sprayed, you need to already have pre-soaked water with silver in it. So
Yes.
Oh, silver. I thought it was soda. Okay.
no, silver, because
Silver.
it's like, yes, it'll kind of like destroy a lot of the pathogens and bacterias, and it'll neutralize a lot of the formulas. But the problem is, even though you will enjoy it, its nutrients is still compromised. So
Yeah.
you're gonna only get the flavor, but you're not going to get the same nutrients because it's already been compromised by all the chemicals. So another idea is grow it or yourself, or you go to a farmer's market where you can ask questions and, hey, you don't use tons of chemicals or this or that, but do it yourself. And then you add copper rods into the soil, or
Right.
you can copper. If you want,
We're actually thinking about getting a little greenhouse that they sell at Home Depot and Lowe's.
Yes. So again, you're going to have to learn this whole new modality or reality, whatever you want to call it, where you're just going to have to do a lot of things more hands-on. But you also don't be afraid, be fearless in whatever ideas you are going to embody and do, and take chances, because this is the best part. And also, I wanted to let you know, even though she was talking about the APL Go, when you come into your blessings, think about investing in stocks in certain companies, hint, of things that that work.
That's right.
Yeah,
They want to know whether it's silver coins or colloidal silver. What kind of silver?
it's the same thing. It's basically what you're doing is the silver coin isn't being compromised, because when you're sending a current, you're jeopardizing the integrity of the silver. You're forcing the mineral output to infuse with the water.
Mm-hmm.
It's a forceful infusion versus a natural infusion.
Right.
Yes.
It's microns. It's microns.
Yes. So the natural infusion takes a lot longer. So you would literally be waiting a week for silver, like literally like very thick, heavy silver water, concentrated water, versus the colloidal silver, which is the deterioration of the silver, being liquidated within the water. Right. So, and because you notice that they don't do that with copper, because it's better for a longer process, and it lasts a lot, and it just maintains the metal's integrity. It doesn't mean that the silver doesn't degrade over time, but it takes way, 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 way longer. You would assume probably you can use it like the silver over and over, but they're like maybe, I don't know, 50 to 100 years, you would notice something different about the silver.
Yes, because it's microns.
Yes, what he says, but it's slower. So, and a lot of us don't have a lot of money, and we can't afford a lot of the more pure aspects. But you just have to think like, a perfect example I recommended Chance is, like, if he doesn't have a copper water bottle, if you can get a pure copper penny and then put it in your glass water cup and just fill it up with water, and also same thing, take your silver coin, but you want to clean them first. So you want to clean them with something acidic like lime or lemon, but you also want to use like Himalayan pink salt, or not the chemical salt, but you want to use something acidic and a nice abrasive, which salt is a good for cleaning any metal, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just leave it in your water, and you can have a makeshift copper and colloidal silver drink. And it's great because you won't get sick if you drink it every single day, even a giant glass jar mason. And then you just fill it up and leave it overnight, and you drink from that. And that'll help remove a lot of the fluoride too, if they're still doing fluoride. But the longer it sits, the cleaner it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
So those are just some simplistic things.
Did you see Master A put up Mitsukuki Ikeda, the scientist that made steak out of human feces? I want to tell you about that. I read an in-depth article about that. They did a study. Oh,
Chance,
somebody's
hold on
calling.
1 second. Got another phone call.
It's fine.
Hold on 1 second. Chance's chat. Who's on the phone?
Hi, this is Tammy and Jerry.
Hey, Tammy and Jerry. How are you?
Oh, Tammy, Miss Tammy and Jerry.
Yeah, brother Jerry and Tammy, we're here watching you guys.
Oh, great. How you feeling, dear?
Yeah, you know, I got
What happened?
healing systems. Jerry got me a device coming. You said that you had the device, Chance? Are you waiting on yours?
Yes, I'm waiting on mine also. Brian, you haven't got yours yet.
I'm waiting on it.
How come they're cutting out?
Go ahead.
I'm losing signal or you're cutting out?
I think
What
you're
did I
losing
do
signal.
wrong?
You're losing signal.
Can you hear me? Can they hear
Yes.
me?
Yes.
Okay, I can't hear you, but I just wanted to say that Alex Collier is one of the ambassadors. I didn't know that. They called me to help me out with the website today, and I was just tickled because I've been listening to Alex for 30 years. So I can't hear you guys. I don't know what's going on. I can hear you on Jerry's phone.
We're
Okay.
here.
Wow.
We're still listening.
But you can't
we're
hear.
here.
Guys,
Doesn't
we
matter.
can't hear you. I'm going to hang up and try again.
Okay.
Sorry,
I'm waiting
guys.
for-
Go ahead,
Says
Chance.
you-
Finish what you were saying about the steak. I'm sorry.
Okay. I read this in-depth article. I should have saved it and read it to you, but I'll just give you the gist of it. I'll give you the Reader's Digest version, abridged version. They were researching processed waste, and they found that there was a protein in processed waste.
Oh,
So
Lord.
they removed the processed waste, solidified it,
Oh.
added food coloring and a few other choice things, and it looks like steak. But I'm going to tell you, sorry for the bad words, folks, but it looks like shit. And guess what? It tastes like shit because it is shit. Okay?
You know, Debbie.
So
left.
when you go to Japan, just remember they're not getting a lot of USA beef over there. So how's your steak taste? It tastes like crap.
Because it is crap.
That's right.
What do you think aspartame is? It's like
Yeah, no
this much
kidding.
away from fecal matter. People love
I
it.
know. They're like and margarine. It's like two molecules away from being plastic. And what else? What else besides plastic?
What
It's terrible.
Margarine?
Margarine. But food coloring. Oh my God! Let's not get into food coloring because my wife always told the kids, "Oh, we can just add some food coloring. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just color." Want to bet?
Neurotoxin. It's a neurotoxin.
Okay. Okay. Now. Okay. Thank you, Barb. Hi, Barb. It's nice to see you. I want to tell you, it's some of the stuff that's going on in this world is just absolutely insane. But you know what? Those of us that are strong, we're going to get through this. We're going to help our families get through this. We're going to get it's craptacular.
That might be my new word.
I think you just invented a new word. It's craptacular. Or yeah, I try never to cuss on the air, but sometimes you just have to say it. So
Hey,
I usually use the word shirt instead of So
nobody's talking about that full moon tonight.
oh yeah,
The
what it
full
is.
moon is tonight. Go out and howl.
You know what's funny? They have a thing in the menu called a skirt steak, and I was like, what if they made a mistake and called it a shit steak? And they wouldn't be lying. It would be exactly what it is.
Oh God.
Oh, that's just a typo. No, that's really.
Yeah. Have you been eating a Hershey bar, or did you get into your shirt steak?
Oh God.
I'm sure there are a lot of people that would love to give their worst enemies this new product.
Let me take you out. Let me take you out there, Richie. Let me take you out, Rich. Buy you a nice steak. Let me buy you a nice steak. I'll have a salad, but with no bugs, please. But salad.
Oh, so bad, guys. Oh my.
Are we lying, Deb? We're not lying.
No,
Deb.
you're not lying. No,
And
but
that's
that's the
the
reason
story.
why I go to a farm and I get my food from certain people. My meat. That's it. Period. No, it's all local. Period.
Yeah, someone said something interesting about parasites, and I'll probably recap on this. So parasites, it usually infests when the body of the animal or the human has been non-organically tampered with. So what does that kind of mean? It means it kind of like develops from like
Your stinker.
like a chemical compound within the body, and it just materializes. So like the more unhealthy you are, or you eat tons of garbage, you're like, people think they're ingesting parasites, and I'm like, no, it's kind of a yes and no situation. I mean, I'm sure people seen those TikTok videos or those videos where people pour a can of Pepsi on a pork and then suddenly all these things come out. But that gives you an idea, right? So if you're going to drink that Coke yourself, even though you're not cut open or anything, what do you think that happens within your body? It's the same principle, because it's the body that creates a condition or an ailment that has a cause and effect from an external product, or it could also be emotional too. So if you are healthy, like body, but also mindfully healthy, emotionally healthy, a lot of the parasites are going to be very few and far between. Again, it's not like completely perfect where you're being parasitic free. It's actually good if sometimes some of those parasites do manifest themselves, because your body activates in its immune system. It creates the antibodies, it kills it, and it says, okay, I know the structure and I know the frequency of this parasite, therefore I'm good to go. So when you develop a new type of variant of that, the body's going to repeat the same cycle and process.
Handful of walnuts.
Black
Of walnuts a day.
Wormwood too. I think a tincture. Yep. Wormwood in its form of the tincture is even better than the tea, because it's almost 100% the way it's supposed to be.
Well, right. Let me tell you. Yeah.
Go ahead, Debbie.
The walnuts paralyze them. Period. Mm-hmm. So.
I've got like 3 bags of walnuts in there. I'm going to start eating a bag. I love walnuts anyway. They're great. You don't. Mm-hmm. They're even great without salt.
They're
unsalted
walnuts. They're good for the brain.
Yeah, but talk about parasites, paranoia. That's me. Okay. The fact that I got things moving around inside of me that are doing bad things to me, I'm not going to put up with it no more. Okay. I have been on I call it my ritual. I'm taking the Emesis Advance, 10 drops in the morning, 10 drops at night. I'm putting Crow's iodine and colloidal silver and zeolite in my tea that I drink every place, or my water. And when I'm drinking bottled water, I put fresh lemons in there, or limes, or both. I have plenty of both. I cannot, and I've lost weight. And I'll tell you what else I've noticed. If you go back and watch some of the old videos, you'll see I had the raccoon eyes. Remember, Sharon? The raccoon eyes. It's what you
dark
said.
Underneath. Yeah, darking underneath.
Dark
yeah.
underneath. Well, it's lightened up considerably because my whole gig is detoxing every day. I take ivermectin. I take fenbenzidol. Yep, I am taking and I'm I think about my friend Hollywood Dave, and the Batman eyes. I think about him passing away yesterday, and it really upset me. And I wished that we would have been able to talk over the last year, because I think I could have probably helped him get rid of, got to get rid of parasites, guys. And I sleep with a dog. I sleep with Megan every night. Okay. Right next to me in bed. You sleep with a dog or you live with a dog, you got parasites, whether you want to admit it or not. Cat, dog, whatever. You got parasites. Don't think you don't. And the best thing you can do is just beat the crap out of them. I take sweet wormwood and bitter wormwood, Doc. I take activated charcoal. I take boron. You know what boron is?
Yeah.
I take shilajit. I take vitamin C. I take two multiple vitamins that are very effective from Amazon, that each one of them has like six to 8 things on it. I'll bring them on. I'll bring it on the show maybe next week and show everybody. Parasites, they need to go. Yep. And the very good thing is the black walnuts is a very, very good thing. I'm going to tell you, Debbie reminded me of that, and I had known that years ago, growing up on a farm and everything, and I forgot about it. Pop culture rots your brain, So I was suffering from brain rot, and but guys, you got to detox every day. All right, now I'm out of ivermectin. I'm out of fenbenzidol. So I'll probably go out to the farm store tomorrow and do what I can to get what I can. Another thing that's good to do when you're detoxing is to mix it up. So lay off the ivermectin one day and take fenbenzidol that day. And then the next day, go back to the ivermectin, lay off of it. Black walnuts are they're just the bomb. I'm telling you. I mean, I love walnut. I just sit and eat walnuts like most people eat popcorn, except I don't need no stick of salt with it, And I don't like salt anyway. Now, I use the Celtic salt, like Brian was talking about. That Celtic salt is rich in magnesium. And believe me, when I tell you, your magnesium is low. I don't care if you're taking 2 or 4 pills a day, your magnesium is low. The best form of magnesium that's out there is the Celtic salt. It's $15 a bag. And all you got to do is reach in the bag and get a little pinch, put it under your tongue, let it melt. It ain't bad. And
it'll help you.
Yeah. So, there's a lot of knowledge here. Iodine swabs for nostrils. Oh, that reminds me of something, Sharon. Helps beginning all viruses, cones through your nostrils. Iodine helps with your bacteria viruses. Okay, I'll remember that. But what I was going to tell you was my vertigo is getting better. And you know what you do when you're old? You talk about all your diseases and all the medicines you're taking. And then you sit back in your easy chair and say, man, that I accomplished something today, but would you please turn on the Rockford Files so I can enjoy my retirement? But
Chance, I was just thinking about that, what you said, and I hear a lot of seniors say, the biggest part of their movement today was the bowel movement, and I'm like, boy, they just got out of steak. I had to. Sorry.
That's terrible, Doc. That's terrible.
I had to. And you started it. Sorry, Deb.
Okay. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to tell you what, we've rambled on here for about 2 hours, and what I want to tell you very much is we thank you for tuning in, and I want to ask for final thoughts from Fascinating Brian.
I only have one thing to say. So I am not a doctor. I am not a physician. I am more of the shamanistic principles who did my research, came up with ideas for treatments, and then I cured myself. So you can pick and choose. You can continue to go to your doctors for some more clown pillory, or you can try something different and gradually, I'm not saying remove yourself completely off of it, because I don't encourage anyone to quit cold turkey like I did. Probably not the wisest move, but it worked for me. But again, you want to slowly adjust to a new mindset as well as a physical set. But that's it. And I look forward to assisting whoever wishes to be and feel liberated.
Awesome. 774-208-2377 to contact the Fascinating Brian. Debbie, tell us your final thoughts tonight.
Her audio is not working.
Oh boy, your audio's out, dear.
Not working, Deb. Sorry.
Ain't that a bummer?
I hate when.
All right, Debbie, we lost you. I'll throw in some final thoughts for Debbie. Okay, APL Go products. Her number's on the screen. Okay, her email's on the screen. Okay, it works. The stuff works. End of story. That's Debbie's final thoughts. It works. Okay, and Docg, what about your final thoughts, brother?
Well, I just wish everybody the best day. We're not promised the next day. Every day is a gift. So I just want everybody to get along, everybody to be happy. And we want everybody to be happy, wealthy, with joy and abundance. I have that saying every day that you've started with me. And
I am health, wealth, abundance, and joy.
Joy, right.
Yep.
I just wish everybody the best. And, we'll see what tomorrow brings. But we have to believe that it's going to change. I think that's one of the biggest.
You are the change.
Right. We are the change. We are the change. You are the change. Right.
That's right. You are.
Right. My final thoughts are for tonight. Don't give up the ship. The light's at the end of the tunnel. We got our hand on the doorknob. It's getting ready to happen. But in the event that we hit a bump in the road or something like that, don't be discouraged, because you are the cure. You are the answer. And with that, I say this.
Did you mean to do that? Oh.
I'm Chance McFadden. Thanks for coming out. We really appreciate you. Debbie had to get off her. We were at the end of the show anyway. We love you guys. Jerry Carl, love you, brother. Miss Tammy, prayers continued for Miss Tammy. See you guys next week. God bless you. Y'all come back now here.
Blessings all.
Good night, everybody.